games mean something. It's December 13th, and this game means something for the Bears. They're one game out of a playoff spot, still somehow hold the top 5 pick as their own pick. It's a very weird gray area that the Bears reside in, but it's kind of fun, and it's kind of weird and interesting. And so now let's just see where this goes. We've talked about the idea of running the table, talked about the idea of going 3-1 down the stretch and how that can help you. And you have some help on the way too. If the Packers lose this week to I believe the Bucks. If you need the Seahawks to lose, you need the Vikings to lose, and you need the Packers to lose.
Bucks at home against the Bucks.
And you have a situation where the end of this week, you win this game, you could firmly be in position to be holding a playoff spot because the Packers face the Bucks, I believe, at home, but still a Packers team that has kind of been floundering. They did not look great on Monday night. And then you have the Seahawks who are playing the Eagles at home, which the Eagles haven't looked great, but you could argue that they're due for a bounce back at some point in that same vein. So there's a potential, win, not actually a win for you, but for you there. And then the Bengals, the Vikings play the Bengals in Cincinnati with Jake Browning playing really, really well the last couple of weeks. And the Vikings once again going through quarterback controversy and turmoil. So with Josh Dobbs getting benched and now not starting anymore. So you're in a position. The Browns defense, scary. They have been a top defensive unit all year, but they are starting Joe Flacco and they will be mixing in Dorian Thompson-Robinson. So if the Bears continue to play well, I think this is going to be a rock fight type of game just because of you're going against the top defense and your defense has been playing well. So I feel like this game's going to be lower scoring, like a 21-14, 17-10 type of situation. But it's interesting, Kevin, and I will give you the floor now to tell the people why you are so optimistic, as you usually are, but even more so this upcoming week.
Yeah, well, we'll do a whole breakdown, but let's appreciate the moment, Jake. It is December 13th, and we're talking about playoffs. We're talking about a meaningful Bears game. We haven't had this feeling in a couple of years. Last year, we didn't have that feeling for the entire year. It was over in October, right? We thought it was over in October this year, too, and now we're here. I'm happy. I'm excited. Now, is there a chance to come in here on Monday and it's like crap, like it's over, right? Like this is why you have to appreciate this, because if they lose, now there is a chance they could lose and still get in. There's 100% a chance that they could get in 8-9.
We talked about 3-1,
right? There's a chance that happens, but you really, as Bears fans, you have to embrace the next 4 days. Yep. Get as excited as you can, because if they lose, you're not going to feel this way again, even though there is the chance. This is your Super Bowl. Get excited, get amped up, and boy, do the Bears have an opportunity, because it feels like every time I check my phone, Jake, every 5 minutes, a different Browns player is going on IR. Yeah. Like literally 10 minutes ago, Grant Delpit, starting safety, great player we talked about the Bears potentially drafting a couple years ago. I think I had him mocked to the Bears on IR. The day before, Maurice Hurst, defensive tackle, to IR. The day before, both tackles on offense, both tackles, DeJuan Jones, rookie at Ohio State, great player, knew him at Ohio State, he's a great dude, on IR. Jedrick Wills Jr. on IR. So you're talking about 4 starters there that just went to IR for the Cleveland Browns. And we're not, you don't want to wish for injuries, but this is the way it is.
But it helps you in
the
this
Bears
instance.
Are among the healthiest teams in the NFL right now. Traditionally, it feels like the Bears at this point are always banged up. Last couple years, guys on IR, not healthy.
Eddie Jackson's healthy on December 13th. When was
this
the last
is
time
a
we
miracle.
said that?
This is a miracle. So, injuries don't tell the whole story.
Sure.
But that's where you start with this game, is at the very moment, you have the healthier team, you have the better quarterback, they have the better coach, but with the injuries that the Cleveland Browns have sustained, you again, and I said this last week, I thought the Bears, and maybe it could have been hindsight, I said it because they beat the Lions, I think they have a more talented roster than the Detroit Lions. I just think the Detroit Lions have a little bit more experience winning potentially with Jared Goff, who's been to the Super Bowl, and definitely a better coach. That's the guy who is up there for coach of the year.
Sure.
But at this moment, the Chicago Bears have a more talented roster than the Cleveland Browns. They have the better quarterback. They will be on the road, but the expectation is that you win this game. I know the Browns are 8-5, and they got a top 3 defense in the NFL, and I have yet to check the line. This is stupid of me.
I believe the Browns are favored.
Are they really? That is,
I could be wrong. I will
that is surprising after all the injuries. But I will say the expectation is that you should win this game, in my opinion. We'll break it down, but relish in this moment, Bears
Browns
fans.
favored by 3 at the moment.
3?
Well, they're at home as well.
So it's just the home field advantage in that game. But I'm excited. I think this is a great matchup for the Bears, and the injuries just play into the Bears' favor. So I'm excited, Jake. Let's go.